Have you ever used water and milk to revive your plants that have shock? It works. So let's talk about it. Hello, Canadian gardeners, cold climate gardeners, and gardeners of the extremes. How are you guys doing today? If you are new around here, my name is Ashley and I am a soil scientist with a plant science minor, and on this channel we take the science and we apply it to tips, tricks, and hacks, and sometimes we even bring you a few more new ideas. So if you like the sounds of that, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and join our awesome crew. If you are returning from another video, hello, how are you? I hope you've already hit that subscribe button. I enjoy your comments and our conversations. No matter how short or long they may be, they actually do mean the world to me, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. In today's video, we are going through the milk and water hack, and this is one I have seen on Facebook like crazy, and this is actually one that gardeners use all the time. So as always, we go through the theory, the science, and the recommendation for this hack, and let's get into it. The theory is 50% milk, 50% water. Doesn't matter what kind of milk. It could be powdered, 2% whole milk, 1% skimmed. It all is the same. The theory is that if the milk and the water together and you water your plants, you can actually bring them back from transplant shock. And in some cases, if you have powdery mildew, it can alleviate your powdery mildew problems. This I actually find super interesting because there is a gentleman out there who did a study with the University of Nebraska, and I got really excited and I looked for the scientific journal, and then I tried to find the study and it didn't exist. So I dug a little bit deeper and I actually found a really awesome website called Gardner. I will leave a link to that channel down below, but essentially he ended up calling the University of Nebraska to talk to the soil scientist, Dr. Shapiro, about the study that was performed. I won't get too much into the details of what he found because I will let you actually check out that internet link, but I will in summary tell you what he discovered in his interview with Dr. Shapiro. So essentially the study, they were sent out to go perform this. It was supposed to be a multi-year study, but it was canceled after the first year. The reason it was canceled after the first year is because the soil scientist at the university didn't see any reason to continue. There was no abject increases in yield or soil health to warrant the continuation of the experiment. However, when this was told to the gentleman who went in with the University of Nebraska to do the study, he decided to take and cherry pick the portions of the results and the data and the statistics that benefited his theory and his idea. He then officially has convinced a majority of gardeners that milk and water is the answer and the key to success in gardening. He's done this through, and I read through his exact numbers here that he cherry-picked. You have to understand he cherry-picked these out of the statistics. That the soil porosity in the soil cores taken went up 19% without anything other than milk water. And the yields on these fields went up 26%. 26% yield increase. If I saw that, I'd be blown away, but the study failed. And the truth came out that this guy lied to everyone, but is still making the big bucks publishing books and catching the ears of gardeners all around the world. So what do I think is happening that is actually showing results and that people aren't killing their plants when they water their plants with the milk water solution? What I actually think is happening and why this is working for so many people is because the milk is made up of literally 90% water. So the milk you buy at the store is 90% water. Then you're adding another half of that amount in water. So you have very little milk fat in the product by the time you get to watering the plants. Now, if you know anything about plant shock and you've watched any of my previous videos on plant shock, transplant shock, and all that fun stuff, you'll know that one of the keys to reducing this is to water your plant. However, a lot of people, because of misinformation on the internet, have been told not to water their plants. So therefore, they cause the perfect storm of intense shock on their plant because they're not watering. Then they're being told by the professionals to water with milk and water, and therefore the plant comes back and revives itself. The reason being is they just gave the plant water. So once the plant is fully hydrated, you start seeing new blooms, new leaves, and revitalization of the plant as a whole. That is what I think is happening. I think it is just literally the introduction of water into the soil profile that is then giving a kickstart to that seedling that is stressed. Now, when it comes to milk and water being put into the soil, do I think it's harmful? No, I don't think it's horrible. I think if you put it in large quantities, you could end up with mold and mildew, which would eventually kill your plant. But in small doses, I don't see an issue with this. I don't think you're going to get any nutrients because it goes back to the same thing as our egg video, bioavailability. Is the nutrients in the milk fat bioavailable? And the answer is no, because it is wrapped up in protein. Once the nutrients is wrapped up in protein, we then need microbes to go in and rip those particles apart and then make it bioavailable for the plant, because like we said before, plants do not have stomachs. So no, I do not think it introduces any nutrients to the soil for the plant. However, I do think it makes water more available, and if it's encouraging people to water their plants, then go ahead, you are not doing any harm. If you guys liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments below if you have tried the milk water theory and how it worked for you. I'm assuming your answer is going to be it worked wonderfully, which is what I would expect. Feel free to share this video with anyone you think would be interested in hearing about this series, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, hey there, are you still watching? Make sure to hit that subscribe button for some more awesome plant videos.